Good morning, my dear friends and followers. The body that you see yourself every day in the mirror is not the real you. Actually, every human being is composed of essentially three parts. The first part is your physical body. The second part is your individual self or individual soul. And the third and most important part is your higher self or the supreme soul. Most people are only aware of the first two components of the system, that is the physical body and the individual soul. Because this is what you see with your eyes, with your physical eyes. To be able to perceive your higher self who resides deep in the cave of your heart chakra, which is found here, you will have to start an inner search. It is a very long process which requires a lot of self-discipline and perseverance. This is the spiritual path. And when you start to become more and more conscious that you are not this body, that you are not your individual or elemental soul, that your origin is of pure essence and sacred, then your life will transform. If you stay at the level of the physical body and of the elemental soul, you shall always be attracted to the material world. But this is not what really you are. So if you want to know who really you are, you have to make a complete abstraction of your physical body. Like it is written in the Holy Scriptures, you will have to deny your body. This is called the process of self-denial, meaning that you start to disregard your physical body. Doesn't mean that you will neglect your body. You will give it food, water, a shower, and other things that are required at appropriate times. But you will not go into exaggeration. And your Father who is in the sky, when he shall see that you are no longer paying too much attention to your physical body, then he will say to himself, another serious student is getting ready. Let me help him or her. And this is what happens. You see, on earth, what dominates is material life. It is a great energy of illusion which captures you in a net that is so strong that you get carried away very easily. Carried away by distractions, carried away by things which purposely make you drift away from your spiritual essence, from who really you are. This is the purpose of earthly creation. It is a test to have a human body on earth. And you have to successfully go through that test. Life on earth is not meant only for enjoyment. You can enjoy what has been provided, but you should not exaggerate. Disconnection from the material world is a very important process of spiritual growth, which is called detachment. Detachment is opposed to attachment. And attachment does not mean not enjoyment. This is very, very important to understand, because I feel and I know that many people are unwilling to join a spiritual way of life because they fear they shall no more enjoy. The enjoyment of the spiritual world is another type of enjoyment. Nothing compared to the enjoyment of the material world. So when you resist to become spiritual, you lose the very purpose of your birth on earth. You don't know why you have come on earth. You have fallen down and you have to go back home again. But nobody teaches you that. In all religious gatherings, you are not told what your true nature is. You are only told of how to perform rituals. But spirituality means the ritual of the spirit, and spirit is your very own nature. The higher self that I mentioned, who is living in your heart, who is silently observing your thoughts, your actions, is that very Holy Spirit. So you are spirit in nature. You are not this body. You have to understand this very deep inside your nature. Then you will undergo a very beautiful process of transformation over the years, because you have to live in spirit, not through your physical body. Every creation in this world is composed of spirit only. Whether it is a living entity or even an inanimate object, everything is animated by spirit. So your higher self is inside your heart chakra and is not active and is only observing. So the question arises, how do I make this higher self active for me? What is the process? The process is to walk on a spiritual path of life. That higher self shall never become active if you continue to live a material life. He is your guide, waiting for you to come back to him with arms open wide. And he keeps on waiting, waiting, waiting. Very few persons decide to go and reignite the flame and the fire of the higher self who is residing in the center of your heart. This is your primary action on earth. You can perform your duty as a father, mother, child, husband, wife, worker, employee, and all that stuff. Not a problem. But you should devote sufficient time on a daily basis to find who that higher self is. The higher self is actually a higher version of your elemental self, of your elemental soul. If you live an inferior way of life, you shall never discover that higher self. And you shall be born back again on earth as a human being, or as an animal, or as a plant. This is called the transmigration of the soul through different bodies. There are in all 8,400,000 bodies available for a soul to live in on this planet Earth. Out of this, there are 400,000 species of human beings disseminated all around the universe. The 8 million remaining bodies are bodies of animals and plants. Should you live a reckless life, there is the great possibility that you descend to a lower way of life in the animal kingdom or in the plant kingdom. Of this, I am 100% sure. So you have to be very careful of your actions and of your thoughts in this life. The purpose of your life is to discover the higher self who resides in your heart. That higher self has no name, has no form, has no beginning, has no end. This special absolute God is only revealed to serious aspirants. And I pray that through the teachings that I am sharing with you, you also decide to change your path and to go on the right path. And the right path is to discover your higher self. I thank you very much for your attention. May God bless you all with love and light.